And then let me just post this link. Okay, so we should be recording now. And let me just share my screen. All right, everybody can see my screen?
Yep.
All right, so first issues under triage, we don't have any. So pull requests this week. Oh, whoops, this is broken. But okay, close enough. All right, so first thing we had was the refactoring the footer stuff that's going on. So basically the old code had some bugs in it. Mostly as you resize the window, some of the items would disappear entirely. So that was fixed in this PR, which at the same time makes the code a bit prettier. One thing that this PR introduces, which is not ideal, is when there's a scroll bar that appeared that was not noticed. Nobody noticed that we actually introduced a scroll bar right here. The other thing is that as you resize the window, although when it would shrink, the icons would show up. Sometimes there'd be some icons with text and some without, which is like a suboptimal UI. And then also this brought the what is the hardware wallet, or sorry, what is a hardware wallet icon. So that was not here before. That was disabled in the code, but now it's enabled. So that was the first PR in this SIGA. And then we had another PR by this other person who I think Shin knows. They basically helped fix this up. And so what they did is they fixed the alignment of the footer items. So this is a different bug that's introduced here. You can't tell from this picture, but actually there's like white space in between these elements that is basically the same color as the background almost, so you can't really tell that this happened. But so this PR fixes that white space. They made the text show up or disappear more smoothly. So instead of sometimes partially transitioning to this view, there was like sometimes a bit of text here. So they cleaned this up, so now it's always either all icons or all text. And that's mostly it. Okay, then we have third PR in the same series. Let me find it. Yeah, in this about Yoroi PR. And one of the things this about Yoroi PR does is remove the small sidebar that appeared right here. So we need this. All this other stuff about the about us feature to basically add like the Yoroi YouTube and Twitter and all this information. That still needs some work. So Asuka did like a first attempt at implementation, but she had a bunch of stuff that she had questions about or didn't have time to do. And then Shin stepped in and gave some recommendations for some of the issues. So Asuka said she started to look into them, but she's not sure if she has time to fix them all. And also she has some questions. So I'm not sure how far she has gotten to go through all these issues and what will get done and when it will get done, because she's not working for us full time. She's just doing this as a volunteer. So we may end up having to help on this PR to get it completed. But hopefully this is like a good first step, and so we can build on top of this PR.
Like, is there any certainty that how much time she can get? Otherwise, I can also ask somebody for help, like that fix of like switching of the icon and text mode to her. Her name is now. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think Asuka has any how much time she can put because she's just doing this as a volunteer or like
Hmm.
after her regular job.
Yeah.
So and it's hard to coordinate with her because she's not on Slack or anything else. It's just the same case for now. Uh, so this kind of communication thing may become more of an issue as I notice a lot more people are actively participating in our GitHub. So I'm not sure if any of these are from us. Okay, they are. But I've noticed in some of our PRs, we just get random like emoji reactions from community members. Obviously, we have now Asuka that's made some pull requests. Now has made some pull requests. Another thing I'm going to talk today is by Clark, who's also not from Emergo. Uh, so I don't know how we're going to have effective communication with these people on a team basis. But it's something we increasingly have to think about. Otherwise, we're
Can
going to
you
have these
check
issues.
our guitar? Guitar is something like that. I'm not sure.
Yeah. So I brought this up a while back. So Gator is one option. Telling everybody to use the Cardano developers Telegram group is the existing option, which is not ideal, but it works. Discord is another option. So we have a Cardano Discord that's not an official group; it's an unofficial group. But I'm an admin on it, and so I can create one of the channels be like a Yoroi development. So that's another option, but we at some point need to pick one and stick with it. To then whenever somebody makes a contribution to Yoroi, we tell them please join the developer channel.
Mhm.
So I don't know who wants to make that executive decision about which platform to use.
Okay.
And I looked at different cryptocurrencies. I'd say probably like 40% of them use Gitter, 40% of them use Discord, and 20% use other random thing. So I think those are most are two options if you want to go with Gitter or uh, Discord. Actually, I guess 20% is mostly Slack. Out of the remaining stuff, it's mostly Slack as the third option, if I remember
Okay.
correctly. I wrote a mini report about it. And my mini report is a table of which cryptocurrency uses what. Yeah. And so I'm not going to spend too much time on this. Next up is the Steam feature. So you might remember I made a specification a while back. Let me bring it up.
Yeah, yeah.
So if you go,
Very good.
yeah. So I made a specification for how to add custom themes to Yoroi. And so that's right here. And basically the idea is that the user overrides the CSS variables inside the inspect window of Chrome. And then basically after they're done editing it, they can press an export button and share with their friends. And then their friends can import it in whatever way they want. Probably through, as you see in this GIF, selecting their CSS and then replacing it with the custom one. So the reason that you have to play around with the CSS inside the inspector is just because this is the easiest way to do it, and I didn't want us to spend a lot of time on the UI for this because this is a cool feature, but maybe not cool enough to warrant like a few weeks of building some complex UI for it. As long as we have some support for it, then it's like good enough, and the Chrome window for importing styles or changing CSS style is not like super hard to use. So as long as you have like some IT knowledge, it should be good enough. So anyways, I wrote this spec and then I wrote a first version of it that was like a not feature complete. So you can see this right here. And then Clark, who's a member of the community, took that and finished the feature for us. And so this feature is complete. So I already went through and did the PR code review, and everything looks mostly good. So to finish the implementation for this feature, the only real thing we need is just a blog post that explains how this feature works. And so I'm talking right now with Florian to see if we can get resources for somebody to basically write the blog post. And by writing the blog post, it'll probably mostly be looking through this spec I have and what Clark has created, and basically making it all into a clean explanation.
Maybe video edition where you create a custom theme.
Yeah,
just
that's totally,
something simple.
yeah, it's totally possible. So we can have a blog and a video as two options.
Sounds good.
So tentatively, we have somebody who will make the blog. It's going to be a task. So everything seems to be working out for that. So as soon as we get the blog written, we'll add it inside the application, which like a link says like how to use question mark, like check out this blog. I don't know the writing, but something like that, right? And then I guess we can make a video for it also. So if you want to play around with the PR, you can obviously just download and play around with it. It's a fairly simple feature that is pretty cool, I think, and I think some people have fun with it, but probably not that many people use it because you have to kind of edit the CSS and you have to share your CSS, like copy paste it to somebody else to share your theme. But it's a good first version, I think.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to take a look at it. Wanna try a couple of things to see how it works.
All right, cool. So that's all the PRs we had for this week. For me personally, I've been doing the code review for all these, including actually one thing I forgot, the Cardano redeem. So that's the other one I did code review for. So this is for the 8-hour redemption. So they've made the PR for it. This is Addict's team from IOHK. I think we gave them some issues. They've mostly fixed it all. Hopefully we can merge it either end of today or maybe tomorrow. So just also be aware that this is happening. So yes, I've done mostly code review this week. Also, mostly finished up reading all the code for the mobile version of Yoroi. So I went through all the libraries, learned them all, read through most of the code. And so now that I've done that, I'm more familiar with the mobile app. The goal is to now start working on the fix for the issue I talked about last week with the desync between the Android and the browser version of Yoroi. So that's what I'll be working on. Mikola, do you want to go next? Sorry, Mikola, they're not here. Okay, sorry.
I just realized well, all crypto has joined. Yeah. Hello.
Oh no, they're here. Never mind. Sorry, question?
No. All crypto new member has joined the discussion.
Yeah, they're from the community.
Yeah.
They can introduce themselves if they want to, but they haven't contributed any code first. I'm not sure if they have anything to say or if they just want to be part of the meeting, which is okay. Sorry, Mikola, do you want to go for it?
Yes. From previous meeting, there is two main tasks I was working on. It is I finished with Bitrise iOS build. And at this moment, it works for Android and iOS. Then I started to work on moving Yoroi Mobile to React Intel library. At this moment, the progress on that is that yesterday it starts to work. It is already integrated, but not all translations not migrated to new format. It is what I'm planning to do right now today. Also, after the meeting, I have a plan. I will send not finished work in progress pull requests that you can track the progress on that task. and describe what is done and what need to be done yet. That's all from my side.
All right, just some background on that for everybody. So, as you know, Yoroi, the browser version, has a system for translating that we use. It uses the manage translations command. And the mobile version of Yoroi does not have this convenient feature. And so translating it for translators is very hard because they have to edit the JavaScript directly, which is very error prone. So we'd like to have the Yoroi mobile use the same translation system as the browser's version of Yoroi. And that's why actually you might notice that the mobile version of Yoroi doesn't have the Chinese translation yet. And that's because of this issue where it was just hard to translate, and we want to get this issue resolved, this translation difficulty resolved before continuing with the translation of the mobile version of Yoroi. Once that's done, we can have more translations. So yeah, so Mikola's helping us with that. All right, Ruslan, you want to go next?
Yeah, Mikola, one more question. Did we have any luck with the fixing QR on mobiles?
I just I believe that it is one-line fix. Maybe yes. After the meeting, I'll try to apply it. Maybe it will work. But because before I was not trying this, I continue with Translation Manager. I'll try it after the meeting and give you know whether my fix works or not.
Okay, thank you. Really want to fix this one. Seems to happening for a lot of people now. Okay, good. So for me, there is still an open PR to add feature to redeem Daedalus paper wallets in Yoroi. It was failing with this one weird Chrome test, but now I see that PR that fixed it is merged, so I will update the branch and add commit to this PR, so it should be working. I think everything else is reviewed, and basically, maybe not reviewed, but it's ready for review and merge. So this is the only thing in PRs from me, I think, for now. Other than that, we are working on preparing for the first Cardano hard fork for 1.5 version, when Cardano will be migrating to BFT. We need to be ready for this, as we are working with it, obviously. So we are working on our backend actively, preparing for it. Basically, we will have like a changed importer part. Everything else should remain stable and working in the same way. Nothing needs to be changed apart from the importer. That's mostly it for now.
Yeah, so another thing to note is, so as we do the transition to the Rust backend to survive the OBFT, the Ouroboros BFT hard fork, that will also enable us to run testnet support for Yoroi. So that's also...
Yeah, sorry, this is awesome, yes. So since sometime in the future, we'll be finally able to release the Yoroi for testnet, which is also really cool, yeah.
All right, that's awesome. Rob, do you want to go next? Have you fixed your microphone issue? Okay. He says in the chat room, my mic doesn't seem to work. All right then. So is that it then? Do we want to just have Rob give us a text update in Slack afterwards?
Yeah, probably we will do it like this, yeah.
All right, I think that's it for this meeting. One thing I want to say also is it'd be nice to figure out when we want to release a new version of the Yoroi for browsers, right? Because we have to figure out if we want to do a new release and what we add to the new release. So we will have to do a new release for the redemption feature as soon as that's merged, because IOHK really wants that feature merged and present in Yoroi. And so I'm currently talking with IOHK about exactly how they want and when they want it to be merged into the code. Probably as soon as IOHK finishes fixing up all the issues we have, it'll be merged and we'll try and get a release out. The problem we have right now is that we still have the bug because of the footer that's fixed in the About Yoroi PR. So we can either finish this PR for the next release also, or we can extract the fix from this PR, apply it, merge that, and then finish the About Yoroi feature for a future release. Similarly with the theme feature, although the code is done, we're missing the blog, so we can also get this for a future release. So depending on when this redeem feature gets done, which hopefully should be today, I suggest probably the best way to do it would be merge this PR, extract the fix from this PR into a separate PR, merge that, and that will be our next release. And hopefully we can get that done by the end of this week. And then after that, our next release will be the About feature plus the theme selection. And then I guess also the paper wallet support.
Yay!
Does that make sense? Is everybody okay with that tentative schedule?
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, I'm starting to think now that we have more people working on this project and it's slightly harder to coordinate releases, do people want to try and do the kind of GitHub management that we've kind of ignored, and we have like, release number blah blah and release number blah blah, and we just put the blockers for each release so people are aware what is blocking us from releasing the next version? Do people think that'd be useful?
Yeah.
All right. If people think that'd be useful, then tentatively I'll try it and see if it's working out.
It seems like too much work for now, to be honest. Maybe we can try for one version or try to do it in some lightweight mode for now.
Well, the more lightweight version of doing this projects tab that just contains PRs is that we have a label
Yeah.
for our PRs that's called like
Fix
I'm not
for
like
next.
it. Yeah, there's a label called fix for next version.
This
So we
sounds
can
good.
assign that PRs, but then it's more complicated for something like the About Yoroi block where maybe we don't want this whole feature, we just want this number one to be in it for our next release. So it's maybe not granular enough, but it's also something we can do.
Yeah, we can try starting from that, I think, because trying to go all in on the project's milestones and all that, we're gonna just spend 10% of our time doing this.
Yeah, that's my concern also, which is why I haven't done it yet. All right, I can just write it down on Slack, put the labels, and hopefully that's descriptive enough. And then for everybody who's not part of Emergo, it's unfortunate that they won't be able to see it. But until we get the chat room situation sorted out, it's just the best we can do.
Yeah, let's try to go agile about it, baby steps and stuff.
All right, that's all I had then. Me and Nico are busy with the New York Accelerator program launch, which is probably why Nico is not here today because he has a lot of stuff to do. So that's what's happening this week, parallel to all the development we're doing. So I've met some of our fellows, and probably tomorrow I'll meet some of the people that are going to be part of Accelerator program. So we've added the fellows to our Slack already. So if you are part of Slack, you may have noticed that we had a few of the people join and they gave introductions of themselves in the introduction channel. They're basically working for us, so feel free to say hi to them. One of them, also called Rob, will be working on a feature that does involve making changes to the Yoroi code base. So he'll be trying to ramp up on Yoroi development also. So look forward to that. Yeah, things are going great here. So I just wanted to give you an update on that also.
I wanted to mention one point. I have added spec for ledger integration. So if anybody's have 5-minute time, please have a feedback on that.
All right, can you repost it in the channel? I think I looked over at the time and there were some missing fields. Yeah, this is the one. Sorry, I forgot about this. Yeah. There are some missing fields at the time. Were you okay with just merging it with those fields missing? And
Yeah, that is what we decided with Nico, that let's do faster and unnecessary things can be added later. So
all right,
as I start the implementation, I will add those things.
all right, cool. Okay,
Yeah.
that's it then. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye bye.